At the IIMC main gate, 20 journalists from the so-called developing countries embarked on a journey that was supposed to last for close to 9 hours.
On the way to Nainital, this is the place is called Gajraula, where we are having breakfast. So let's come to see the restaurant we are having at Gajraula. क्या हो गया? बड़ा गाड़ी
इतना उछल रहा है डंकी की तरह।
वाह!
शुरू से मुसीबत ही मुसीबत, हमारा दिन ही खराब है।
We hope that with the bumpy road that we are riding on, like we are riding on horses, we will be very soon reach Nainital. By the way, everything is okay. We just had breakfast. It's tough.
Continue on.
It's horrible.
Continue, but this is very hard, very painful.
actually happen?
Actually, nothing really. I just heard a loud popping noise and the window came tumbling down, shattered. I guess it's the heat because the pressure of the heat. We are moving into the northernmost part of India and towards the Himalayan mountains. Their hills is dry, is hot.
Down like, you know that one with plastic, eh? It will always hold the glass. The sugar glass, it will just crumble.
क्योंकि अंदर जगह बन गई थी ना कैबिन में, वो हवा का भी फोर्स होगा कुछ, नहीं तो ऐसे तो हाँ अगर ये ऐसी गाड़ी को लेंगे ना अथॉरिटी, वहाँ इसकी कुल भी बन जाएगी।
In this special documentary featuring Nainital, we are going to look at tourism, agriculture and some important townships in this settlement, accommodating more than 38,000 people. might be tempted to ask whether there is a place for agriculture in Nainital, considering that the settlement is packed on values. If you take a look at the scene, it is so beautiful. What about the market? Let us take a look at some of the items that are sold in the market. One of the most important tourism centers in India. Hotels such as this fair havens accommodate dozens of tourists on a daily basis. And if you look at the topography, it tells you that the town has rich cultural history.
Basically, the business of Nainital is dependent on tourists because the population of Nainital is not so that we can earn more from the local peoples. But the tourists which comes from Delhi, Bombay, and other places where the
to go around the river to see the most interesting sites in Nainital. It's not really about the touristic sites like the market plus the valley. There are a lot of interesting places to see. We are now Nainital on a serious visit without coming to this lake, Lake Nani as they call it here. We are now on the boat with my friends pralhad.giri, Frista, Rambundi, who is the cameraman of course, and Malala from Afghanistan. The boat trip seems to be exciting. For some of us, this is not the first time. There are a lot of people who have been embarking on similar trips, like in Nepal. pralhad.giri has been going on so many trips on a boat. But this is the first time he's coming to Nainital Lake. And Pralhad, tell us about your impressions of the visit so far. We are just 2 minutes on the boat.
Well, I am very thrilled and I am very excited to have such a very wonderful place for my holidays and trip. Whoever comes here, I think that cannot stop telling the beautiful scene and natural flora and fauna around this valley. And I think for this kind of lake we have in Nepal called place Pokhara. In Pokhara we have a same kind of place. Though this experience is not new, but the way, I mean, the people around us, the beautiful scene and the cooperative people around us is very much touchy for us.
Yes, no.
Not open question.
Okay. All right. Malalan, tell us, what do you like about Nainital?
I like it very much. It's very nice place, and it's my first time in Nainital. I'm very like it.
You enjoy it?
Yeah.
Very well.
And what about Rapunji? How do you like this place?
Oh, I like I really appreciate this place because why? Because the temperature is good for me, and the lake is so calm.
Can you swim?
It's the first time that I had this opportunity.
लेक को बोलते हैं नैनी लेक, इसकी आज तक गहराई मालूम नहीं है, खाली अंदाज से बोलते हैं हम 120 फीट। दिस साइड रोड माल रोड, ये कपल से लोग घूमते हैं यहाँ पर। दिस रोड टनी रोड, यहाँ मॉर्निंग वॉक करने आते लोग, यहाँ जॉगिंग के लिए। और बहुत प्यारा मतलब शहर है नैनीताल, एक हिल स्टेशन है जिससे लोग टूरिस्ट आते हैं यहाँ पर अपना टाइम बिताने, टाइम पास करने, एंजॉय करने। और बहुत अच्छा लगता है उनको। यहाँ से पूरे वर्ल्ड का आदमी यहाँ नैनीताल में आता है घूमने के लिए।
That side there are lots of ships.
कैसे चला रहा था बूढ़ा वो?
What side में चलो वो? थोड़ा सा जल्दी चलो।
I must say it was a very interesting and thought-provoking visit. The lake in itself, they said some people don't know how long or what's the depth of the sea, of the lake. Our boat driver is telling us that it is more than 125 meters deep. And also there are no crocodiles or hippopotamus. For those of us who are from Africa, we are not we are afraid of those water animals. That makes it more interesting.
بيتجا خوب هستم سوما جان خان شکر بخیر شد اینم علالای جانم باید گپ میزنه
is an acronym meaning one of the places where scientific researches are conducted. It is a very important office here in Nainital, and coming here from our hotel took us 10 kilometers. We are going to listen to officials who will tell us about ARIS. First of all, DJ students. Hello again, we are in Nainital. This is the ARIS, acronym meaning Abraham Research Institute of Observational Science. This institute was established in the 1950s to, among other things, conduct research on astronomy, astrophysics and atmospheric physics.
Which we had here in India, and this institute is now named after him. Since 2004. So the history of this institute goes beyond 1954, when it was Uttar Pradesh State Observatory. Means it was funded by a state government, that is Uttar Pradesh. And in 54, the situation of India was different, and a branch like astronomy astrophysics was funded by one of the eminent person called Dr. Sampurnanand. This was the only observatory in India which was we have this new state, Uttarakhand. So since due to because the physical location of this observatory is here, so you take over this institution. So ARIS, as you can see, the date itself is first point of ARIS and so on. So it was all very good coincidence, and that's how the name came. And it's the institute called ARIS. So what do we do? We do research regarding sun and solar systems, stellar variability and stereosismology, formation and evolution of stars, atmospheric sciences and related studies, the pollution study and aerosol content in atmosphere and so on. So these are the kind of broad categories of studies that we do here in terms of publications. Total PhD thesis 19 and 17 respectively. Extragalactic astronomy being fairly new but contributed significantly 12%, and 3 PhD theses, and in atmospheric sciences we have 1 PhD thesis by now. We can study the solar activities and solar activities mainly and so on. We also study eclipses, comets and occultism occasionally. What do we do? How do we do? This is another picture. This is a luminizing section, because once you say optical system, you need big mirrors actually. So those mirrors, from those mirrors, the stellar light get reflected and get focused and so on. Selectivity of the surface. Otherwise, you will put few micron layer of aluminium indigenously developed by this institute. Telescope. Using this telescope, we can study many details of the sun, like the coronal mass ejection and solar activities like solar flares and so on. Even the sunspots and many other usual phenomena. The tube and light is falling, and this is all filter system, and there is a CCD camera. It's a digital camera. In the sun you have a lot of photons, so you have to have very narrow band filters which can pass just few angstroms of light. Otherwise you will not be able to see the surface details of the sun. So very special techniques are used if you want to study the surface details of sun. The area of this, it's very used. Any of the eclipse by lava which we observe, the setup, for eclipse purposes. There are small events. In 2006, Turkey, our team went to Turkey to observe this eclipse and so on. And here we have a new place now called Devastal, and here we are going to install our big facilities. That is 1.3 meter telescope and 3.6 meter telescope, which will be biggest in Asia.
I'd like you to tell us about how you determine the age of the stars.
Age of the
Stars in the galaxy, yes.
Age of the star
In the galaxy.
in the galaxy. First you should, and if you, what is the brightness of the star at one frequency or in one frequency band, and you again observe the same star in another frequency band. So you will be able, if you subtract both of them, then you will get color. And similarly, in a particular frequency band, you can say that you have a brightness of that particular star. So by observing the spectral information, that is color, if you fit in another period luminosity relation, and there are many other relations using which you can determine age of the star in galaxies. Specifically, we don't study asteroids scientifically. In comets, I told you, asteroid itself are very big parameters, and for that you are actually challenging UFOs by name has so we don't think that there are nearby stars in our galaxy, and few to our solar system, and that we call it as a habitat zone. That we call habitat zone, Mars and Earth. So at the similar distance, many other exoplanets have been observed. So, but they are so far away that we don't have any direct way to go there. The very much nearby star that we have is a distance of 4.5 meters. So if some signal is coming with the speed of light from that star to come back, so we don't have that much technological advances are there. So in already is there. So say the unidentified flying objects who are in a very, very advanced stage in technology and so on than what we have in surface of Earth. But to rule out or to say confirm, we do not have any evidences. Sorry?
You discover how much stars?
From this place?
Yes.
I think more than 100 items.
And how the process of giving the name of these stars? If you find some stars, you have to give the name, yes?
Yes.
And is there a practice that you can according to your asking to send the one star?
See, like I would say that we have international standards to name a particular star. Usually we follow that. So if some survey method or some finds a new object, then usually we do like this, that galaxy. So some nearby objects we have named. Like if there are 10, 20, 100,000, then we can really name that is T2 and P2 and this and that. But if you have 10 to the power 11 stars and you have to name all of them, then it is not possible. So we have adopted very special way to name them. Like Andromeda galaxy, or I said M31. Right? Or we have some other names. We have some other names where the position are longitude, latitude. So we put some numbers like M31, we say like MBC something, and then we say that if it is a 3-hour object and 30 minutes object and so whatever. There in the sky, the constellations. So those constellations are named as dual zodiacs. So one of them is the Great Bear, you know, the 7 star.
It's on excursion and we're not getting you. We are going through some form of intellectual excursion.
Okay, please.
And we know that.
Please repeat your question.
I say science, astronomy, astrology, all of it is excursion. And I said we are going through some kind of intellectual excursion. That was why my colleague said that many of us didn't even follow. It sounds sweet, but we know that all knowledge should be for the benefit of humanity. What we want to know, because some of us come from places, they say they are launching satellites, they are studying stars and stuff, but the average individual in society wants to know how that knowledge will benefit him. Yes, now. And this institute has brought. What tell us that this is even the future work it's planning to do. How is it going to relate to his basic life?
You have asked a very good set of questions, but I can answer only if you fragment it in several parts.
Yeah.
Because they are really very much diverse. So you please ask some 4 or 5 questions.
Okay.
We have a lot of time.
My question is, it has done the life of the average Indian in the street. 2, we know that you talked about weather and stuff. No, weather. Because of weather, the various weathers that India experiences because of its vast nature. And we are asking, how has this institution responded to these weather patterns? You know, use it to help humanity.
Is convinced or not? Are you convinced that astronomy, astrophysics, which is a branch of pure science, do you agree with this question?
No, that's why I'm asking. I agree with you.
Yes, so if you agree with this question, then partly I think it answers your question. Good constraint on the question that you asked. Whatever we have done, not as an institution, but being working in the field of astronomy and astrophysics, what we have contributed for the common man is really significant. Now the second point is that what those things are, being astronomers we claim, in the history, and if you see that lifespan of astronomy is not more than 400 years old, its contribution is less than 100 years. And in those 100 years what we have done is, first thing which we can claim that we have done very good for human being is that we have done just by studying it. And later we applied it, and a lot of many applied things came which you all know. So that is one. Now you go back further in 17th century and you talk about Kepler's law. Kepler was basically an astronomer.
You see, we are trying to understand ourselves to be able to explain them in simple terms.
One very fundamental way is time lag between basic science and applied science. So if you are dealing with the basic science, so after some time, after some years, there is a possibility that we make something for human beings.
It is achievement by areas, and I just want to know, among those, is there any collaboration or cooperation between other countries, between South Asia, America, or other countries, and is there any program, international links in future?
That I mentioned here, for all of them we have scientific collaborations internationally and
all connected all around the world?
Yes.
Do you know what other countries such as?
It all depends what kind of a study we do. The most explosive events observed so far. So for that we have collaborations with Spain, we have collaborations with Netherlands. We have collaborations with the US. We have collaborations. Light is coming through the window, which is 1 meter in diameter, and again reflecting from secondary and falling back and getting around 20 arc minute or 20 arc minute of the sky. Right? And using this camera, which is again a CCD camera, you can take images of the objects of your star, and you can try to see the distribution of light with time, or the distribution of light which you have gathered, distribution of light which is observed from stars with time, that is known as light curve, with varying at different frequencies. And by taking these two fundamental observations, you can start thinking about understanding the nature of the object which you have observed.
अंदर अभी कोई है क्या? अंदर होंगे कोई? ये 2-3 होंगे, 2-3 होंगे मेरा ख्याल है।
ओके, जो 6 होंगे तो क्या नहीं, कितने का बता रहा बड़ा, ये जो है बड़ी महंगी, उस हिसाब से मैंने
About you, don't wanna be without you.